Hello, good morning. It's May 1, 2026, and come along with me. Let's check what's growing in the garden. Here in our two 6x3 raised beds, we have eggplants, peppers, and we have our three gourds. This gourd has been very productive so far. There's loads of gourds in these three plants. The plant is looking very healthy, lush, green, loads of gourd. Amazing. The growth has been very explosive these past few days. It has been providing vegetables in our kitchen during the past few days. Amazing. We have different tomatoes, starting with this Roma tomato. We have 4 plants in this area. The plant has been very healthy, lots of leaves, lots of flowers. So far, no fruit yet. This is a raspberry Liana tomato. This variety of tomato in our garden is the first one that produced tomatoes. And as you can see, there's already loads of tomatoes in these 4 plants. We have few peppers here as well. We have corbachi peppers. We have here bell pepper that has few bell peppers in this one plant. This is its second season and it's been producing lots of peppers. Next tomato we have here is the apricot zebra tomato. This is a striped tomato. It's looking very healthy, loads of tomatoes. It's an indeterminate tomato. We are maintaining 2 leaders in one plant, and all of these tomatoes have loads of tomatoes, tomato fruits in those plants. We have here chayote, and it has reached the trellis already, so I'm pretty excited. We planted it in the ground so that it will have a high chances of battling heat waves. We have here Roma tomato and raspberry Liana tomato planted in this area. These are determinate tomatoes. Aside from tomatoes, we have carrots and onions. White Creole onions planted in this raised bed. I haven't thinned these carrots. They're clustered, so some are big, some are small, and some are tiny. We are harvesting these carrots as we need it in the kitchen. So we just leave it here, and if we need it, we'll get some. In this side of the garden, we have 2 Nagasaki long eggplants, and we have here, I believe this is a zucchini. I thought this was a cucumber, but it's growing more likely as a zucchini. I haven't been very diligent in labeling the seedlings, so yeah, that's what happens. Next vegetable that is planted in this area are taro or gabi. We make laing out of these vegetables. We have here Thai chili pepper. It's a medium spicy. We got more taro. This type chili pepper, we dry it and we crushed it and we store it in a jar. We planted taro because me and my wife, we love laing. These are corbachi peppers. Very delicious, sweet. We add it in our sinigang or dinuguan. This is a raspberry Liana tomato, very productive, Loads of tomatoes in this one plant. Armenian cucumber, we have 3 in this area. These are Hill's jumbo cantaloupe. And we also have here garlic. So far it has a tiny bulb. I'm assuming that by early June we'll be harvesting all our garlic. More Armenian cucumber and Hill's jumbo cantaloupe. These are King of the North sweet pepper. I thought this was Corbaci peppers, but when it started producing some flowers, it's more likely a King of the North sweet pepper. It's a bell pepper. We have here slicing cucumber. We planted lots of cucumber because we pickle them, we make kimchi, or we eat them fresh. More Armenian cucumber. We harvest young Armenian cucumbers to eat as a cucumber, or harvest them mature or big to cook it in the kitchen like chayotes. We have here zucchini. These are Black Beauty zucchini. We love zucchini. We ate a lot of zucchini. We buy a lot of zucchinis in Costco. So this is very useful for us. Total, we have 4 zucchinis that are producing, and we have few zucchinis in the garden that we just recently transplanted. Next, we have our potato in this 10-gallon container. We will harvest this by the end of May. More garlic, silver white variety. Silver white garlic. These are soft neck garlic. It's very good for long-term storage. We have sweet potatoes here planted alongside the garlic. These sweet potatoes, they just sprout when the soil warms up. And we have here more Hill's jumbo cantaloupe. We planted a lot because we love sweet, juicy, crunchy cantaloupe. In this area, we have Black Beauty eggplant. We also have 2 butternut squash that has lots of squash in these 2 plants already. I believe we have 4 or 5 squash that are successfully pollinated, so that's pretty exciting. Under this trellis, we have Sweet Mama Kabucha squash. We have 2 plants here, and we will let it crawl. The other one is to the left and the other one is to the right of the garden. Along with this squash, we have garlic as well. These are same variety, silver white soft neck garlic. Tomato, we have here Roma tomato. I believe this is a Roma, and if not, then it's San Marzano tomato because they're more alike in the fruit with regards to the fruit shape. We have 2 more butternut squash in this area. We planted a lot of squash because we can store this for a long period of time once they are harvested mature. More tomato. This is a Roma tomato. We planted a lot of tomatoes because we preserve them. We make a lot of spaghetti sauce and we put some in the freezer, but most of it we preserve them, and of course we share them with our neighbors and friends and families. 2 more Roma tomato, and along with it are bush beans that are already sprouting. These are also bush beans. If you remember, we harvested onions from this area and we sowed some bush beans. This is our strawberry tower. It's an ever-bearing strawberry variety. These are eggplant. This is a Nagasaki long eggplant and Black Beauty eggplant. We have 2 Roma tomatoes in this 2 15-gallon container. We harvested potatoes during our last video and we transplanted these Roma tomatoes. And this is their trellis. More Roma tomatoes. We have here very healthy looking, lush, green, no sign of disease, and they're already producing. My wife, she loves Roma tomatoes, so I planted a lot of Roma tomatoes in the garden. So she'll be very happy. In this side of the garden, we have here raspberry Lana tomatoes, loads of tomatoes already. And we have few bush beans that sprouted. Most of the bush beans were eaten by roly-polies. We have 2 bitter gourds that will use this trellis, and sweet potato. We have here also zucchini. This is a San Marzano tomato. It's very good for canning. Very sweet, red, juicy, and firm, not that mushy. Very good for canning. In this side of the garden, we have bitter gourd and has already fruits. This vegetable is good for blood pressure. It's highly nutritious. We love it. And these are asparagus beans, or in the Philippines, we call it sitaw. This one hails jumbo cantaloupe. Along with it are watermelon. We have 2 watermelon here. And these are our onions that we left it in the garden because they started flowering. We will be harvesting seeds from these 2 plants. Raspberry Lana tomato, we have 1 here. And this is cucumber, slicer cucumber. Very good, delicious, crunchy. They're not that big or seedy. Very nice. We have more Roma tomato in this area. It's looking pretty healthy. Started to produce some fruits. Very exciting. More cucumber, slicer cucumber. And more asparagus bean that sprouted. They will use this trellis to climb because these are vining plants. We have more tomatoes in this 2 27-gallon container. First we have Roma tomatoes. And the second, we have raspberry Lana tomatoes. We have more bitter gourd in this area. We have 2 plants and we have 1 fruit that's ready to be harvested. We'll harvest it later and we'll just do stir fry. Once the weather starts to really heat up, this bitter gourd will take over this trellis. Behind this bitter gourd are cilantro or coriander, and their flowers are really beautiful. These are pigeon peas, or in the Philippines, in our place, we call it cardis. More tomato. These are Roma tomatoes. And we're still waiting for them to bear some fruits. Very, very healthy looking. In the front garden, first we have our calamansi or calamundin. More pigeon peas. And we have here Hale's jumbo cantaloupe. Eggplant or talong. These are Black Beauty eggplant. This time of the year, our problem in the garden are grasshoppers because there's a lot of grasshoppers in the garden. We have more Black Beauty eggplant, and these are the remaining Chioggia beets or Choga beets. These are red and white candy cane color beets, very tasty. Nagasaki long eggplant, they're looking really healthy. No flowers yet. So we have two Nagasaki long eggplant in this area. More Choga beets that are getting close to harvest. We have more Hell's jumbo cantaloupe, and they're starting to produce some female flowers. Nice. By June, hopefully we'll be having loads of harvest from this Hale's jumbo cantaloupe. We planted a lot in the garden. Next, we have here San Marzano tomato, and we have two calabasa or sweet mama kabucha in this area. So far, they've been producing female flowers. There's no male flowers yet that we can use to pollinate those plants. We have more tomatoes here, and we have our eggplant still. We have mix of Roma, San Marzano, and Nagasaki long eggplant. If you notice, I put some plastic PVC on the stem because we have a gopher in this area, and it had already killed two bearing tomatoes. I put some irrigation tubing, but they chewed it. Unbelievable. So hopefully that plastic PVC will help protect those tomatoes. More calabasa, sweet mama kabucha. We also planted calabasa under our lemon tree that will utilize the tree as its trellis. This is our lemon. It has loads of lemon fruits. Very nice. Our avocado in this 25-gallon container is really stressed. The soil has been wet from continuous rain from the past days. We have more calabasa, and they are growing pretty nice. Watermelon, and at the back of this calabasa are okra. We have few okras that we direct sowed in this area. In this raised bed, we sowed some beans, but all of the beans that sprouted got eaten by roly-poly. I think I'll start putting some Slagoplast again in the garden just to prevent this from happening. In this second raised bed, there are a few beans that survive. More calabasa. These were direct sowed and they're growing nicely. These are super sweet corn. These were transplants because if you remember, the seeds that we sowed, they were eaten by the gophers. Now they're very healthy, green, lush looking. Some of the corn, they're producing tassel already. Here we have few Hale's jumbo cantaloupe. Some of them were eaten by roly-polies. Roly-polies, they really love eating tender seedlings. These are San Marzano tomatoes. We have 3 that we planted in this area, and they're looking really healthy. Lots of flowers, few tomatoes that are developed, so that's pretty exciting. This is our second pot of potatoes. We will harvest them together with the one at the back by the end of May. Next to the corn, we have watermelon that we planted in this area. And if you remember, we have our persimmon tree that I thought it was dead. But see, when I removed the irrigation, it started to produce some sprouts. Lastly, in this area, we have few tomatoes, and these are San Marzano tomatoes. This plant, I don't know if this one is developing some blight. I'll just have to monitor, and if it starts to spread, then I'll remove the plant and throw it away. These are also San Marzano tomato. These are Nagasaki long eggplant that I'm always pruning every time it is being attacked by spider mites. Raspberry Liana tomato has loads of tomatoes in this plant, and this is San Marzano tomato. Very nice. And lastly, we have our peach tree. So thank you so much for joining me in today's garden tour. May God bless you all. Goodbye.